Specific vision for the Uptown corridor. How would you balance the preservation of the historic buildings with the potential new development? What specific policies and initiatives will you utilize to achieve that vision?
All right, so there needs to be a balance between preserving our history and not at the cost of our future. I have some experience in that. Some people may not know. We bought a 75-year-old church that we're converting into our home. And a big part of that is we want to keep the history of the church, but we got to upgrade it. You know, like windows, single pane windows are not good for in a house. Galion's Historical Society should be used as an advisory role, but not as a final say. There was talking about, hey, we were going to have a cell tower set up, giving city free money. And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. You can take a cell tower, you can build up a cell tower, city earns money off of that, and you can decorate it as a tree. It's not a pretty tree, but it's something there on there. But it's things like this that we need to move on, keep the history, but move on in the future. Nolan Park is a small park on Harding Way there. I want to put like a Galion-size mural on there on one side. And on the other side, I had this idea of doing like a Galion Person of the Year. And on the other side, I want people to feel proud of being in Galion. I moved 2,000 miles here, and one of the first things I hear from people say, like, ooh, why'd you move to Galion? We did research. We picked Galion because of the potential it has. And it hurts me when I hear people say, oh, why'd you pick Galion? Well, I want people to say, wow, yeah, it was a smart move being in Galion. And these are the things I want to do, like I said, is bring in history, but can also keep in the future.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. We need to clean up the Uptown. We need to make it exciting for people to come together. It's not just the Uptown, but I want to throw that in there anyway. That's all I have to say. You're going to make a great mayor. You can't get on your chair.
As far as the Uptown is concerned, my vision for the Uptown is to make it thrive as the heart of Galion again. A place where families gather, businesses can thrive, and visitors actually stop. Today, too many sidewalks and public spaces in the Uptown are occupied not by visitors, but by weeds. Several buildings are showing disinvestment, and as many as 5 of them have structural condition issues right now. This has to change. You may not know this, but the strongest financial incentives for property owners to work on their buildings have specific criteria that I support. We've seen in nearby cities, right now, Mansfield and Shelby in particular, when sidewalks, lighting, and public spaces are improved, historic buildings maintained, that business growth follows. Galion can achieve the same results. So as mayor, I would do this in 3 different ways. First, support the creation of an aggressive and successful downtown revitalization initiative, patterned on the successful Main Street program, which is working in over 1,000 communities across the country. Second, use tools like the Community Reinvestment Area, the Ohio Building Facade Improvement Program, and state historic tax credits to encourage owners to reinvest, and then prioritize Uptown streetscapes with various programs that are available, but also enhance building codes and enforce building codes so that neglect doesn't drag the district down at the same time we're revitalizing it. This is work I know well. I helped launch the downtown program in Delaware, and I served as the coordinator there, and I've been recognized statewide for expertise in this field. That's the experience I want to bring home to Galion. Uptown can once again be a visible sign of renewal and the spark for new investment actually across the city.
Okay, ready. The Uptown, it's a blend of preservation and progress. I agree that we need to keep our Uptown and preserve buildings and stuff that that show the history of Galion. But I also believe that we need to give the business owners an opportunity to progress. Right now, the process that is out there in the design review and to make changes is over cumbersome. It's antique. We need to fix that. We need to change and look at the standards that are there, review the policies and procedures that are in place, and update the standards that are being used to allow our people to make affordable changes that are efficient for them. Currently, we stand in our own way to allow our business owners to make changes to the exterior of their buildings. There are some really good things that are going on. If you walk uptown, Mr. Gimbel is making some great progress on some of his buildings up there. The Owls has made great progress on their building. There are other buildings that have made some significant changes that make the community, the uptown look good. But we need to continue that and move forward. We need to work with the local business owners to get them involved in how we can do this. And then we need to reach out and try to get other people to invest in the downtown. We need to keep the money local. We need to have some place for us to go instead of going to downtown Crestline or downtown Shelby or going to Ontario to eat. We need to come here and spend our money locally. But there needs to be a significant change in those areas to allow people to come here and want to stay here and spend their money in Galion.
Okay, Uptown Corridor. One simple question. Is what we are doing working? If the answer is yes, let's continue to do what we're doing, but yet also, can we get better? If the answer is no, it's not working, then obviously we need to change. We need to not be afraid to change. We need to make positive change. Our uptown area, although it's small, it is the heartbeat of our town. It's the heartbeat of when people are driving through the straight state route. It's what they see. When they're driving north and south on Portland Way, it's what they see. We need signage, advertising. We need people to support our own businesses. That's up to us. A tourism bureau. We have been collecting money for a tourism bureau. We need to support that, use that, get the entity who is going to make it work. We've had several attempts at that. Let's put together, let's get the right people in the right place at the right time doing that. We need more people in our town spending money, whether they're coming in or whether it's our own people. Unique stores uptown, quaint stores, clean and manicured, and an Uptown Merchants Association to work
Thank you, Marcia.
together.
As your mayor, I will increase the IT platform and do a promotional video of our community to enhance our Galion businesses. Not too often do you see on our internet platform right now anything about our Galion community and the things that are happening here. So the first thing I would do is have an IT person create a promotional video of our community, because we have a great community and everybody here knows that, but the rest of the world needs to know that too. Also, I attended a meeting in Tiffin, Ohio last year, a day-long meeting that talked about how to enhance our communities. And some of those ideas are fabulous that they've already instituted in Tiffin, and I will begin to institute it also here. And at our council meetings, at our meetings that are on the internet, I will highlight one of the businesses each meeting so that the business owner can come and talk about the great things that are happening in his business. And yes, we need to clean up our downtown. We need to repair the sidewalks so it's a safe place to be able to walk and be able to browse. Plus, I love the lights in Crestline that they have on their main street. Something like that would attract also businesses and people at night. So anything we can do to highlight and support our businesses and attract new businesses to our community would be a great thing for our city of Galion.